and give their employees great job opportunities. Parker Energy is family-owned and operated, big enough to meet your needs and small enough to offer excellent and personalized services. Consider Parker Energy support services for all of your support needs. Visit them today at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice. The proud owners of Eunice Wrecker and Rental offer professional and reliable 24-hour roadside services in Lee County. Light to medium duty towing and recovery, fuel deliveries, jump starts, lockouts, and tire changes. They also haul off unwanted vehicles to help clean up your property. Eunice Wrecker and Rental have over 20 years of experience. They are fully licensed and insured. Call 575-394-HOOK. That's 575-394-4665. Eunice Wrecker and Rental are located at 44 North New Mexico Highway 248, Eunice, New Mexico, mile marker 1. Lobo Trucking has been in business now for 20 years and wants to give thanks to you and their hardworking and dedicated employees. Lobo Trucking takes great pride in developing a highly trained, motivated, and professional workforce. Lobo Trucking can safely and efficiently meet any fluid management needs, and Lobo Trucking is a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Lobo Trucking salutes all the hardworking coaches, teachers, and students. Keep up the good job.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of their Eunice community and their Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 13 years and is family owned and operated, located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice. They are your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tanks, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on their Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Go, number 5.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. We are troubleshooting and we are trying. Our service here in Eunice, when we're outside, runs through a cell tower, and I can tell you, it is not good. And so we think we've troubleshooted and got some things going here. It may be in, it may be out. But
we're going to keep talking.
Yeah, so here we go. We're back. We're going to try to make this work. Eunice back in the field after scoring no runs there in the first. They held Vinci to no runs as well. So we are in the top of the second. A runner on first. Yep. And we've got number 22, Macias.
He's got one strike.
Up to the plate.
No balls, one strike.
I've probably got 24 messages from people, including my own kids, saying we can't hear you, nothing's going on. And like I said, I thought they got him right there. Billy Blevins with a nice pickoff move, and I thought they got him. Everybody in the bleachers is booing and on. And
I heard somebody say, "Come on, boo."
Yes, for sure.
Okay, I just got somebody tell me they just got sound.
Yep, me too. the we've got sound messages are now coming. Blevins back on the hill, throws that one. It gets fouled off by the batter.
0-2. 2 strikes.
So, yeah, that'll make an 0-2 count.
One away.
So in the pregame, we didn't get to go through our pregame stuff much with everyone, but for Eunice, they've got Billy Blevins on the hill. I believe they've got Kevin Garcia catching again for the Cardinals. And so Blevins back on the hill, getting ready to go. Anthony Pender getting a close-up as he stands there in the camera for a few seconds.
That's okay.
And then he sneaks into the press box after getting a close-up on his forehead. And so Blevins with another K. I have him at 2. He may have got another one somewhere along the line, but I was troubleshooting and didn't get to see it all. So here we go, 2 outs, and runner on first with the big lead, looking like he might go. Blevins swings it back over that way, and they got it close again.
Man, that was close.
Blevins got a good pickoff move. He's definitely making this El Paso Da Vinci team think about that lead over there on first base. Diego Alcorn is at the plate, and Diego's in there ready to go. Here comes the next pitch. It's low and outside for ball 1.
1-0, 2 away.
So thank you, Miss Rebecca Waddell, and Mr. Randy Gladden, Alexis Dean, Chloe Jones, Heath Dean, Leanne Reeves.
Ginger Bessie.
That's right, and the station, and
Everybody.
Everybody, we appreciate you. And so there's that next pitch, going to be a little low and inside. Once again, just so that those of you back home know, when we do these baseball games, we don't have internet. There's no internet out here at the baseball field. They have internet at the football field. They have internet over at the high school. They have internet at the gym. There's no internet out here at the baseball field, so we rely on a cell phone signal. And trust me, it is hit and miss.
It's weak at best.
And every time I think, oh, okay, we've got it figured out, it'll work great, then we end up like we did today, and we have nothing. So the actual link, just so that everyone's aware also, the actual link that runs the little score app that you see down in the bottom of your screen, the balls, the strikes, the score, runs off an app on a cell phone. So that sometimes agrees with us out here, sometimes it doesn't. So like I said, all we can do is apologize to those of you that are trying to watch us, and we're going to try to make things work as best we can. The ump got hit with that foul ball, so we stopped play for just a little bit.
Kind of shook him up.
Yeah, he's
all shook up.
That's
like,
right.
Like Elvis Presley.
Yes. So 0-0 is this score. We're in the top of the second. El Paso da Vinci reached this game with a win yesterday over Santa Rosa, 6-0. Eunice reached this game with an 8-3 win over Gateway yesterday. And stealing second is Da Vinci.
Swinging a strike for strike two. 2-2-2. 2-2-2-2. Second inning.
Earlier in this day, Jal fell to Texaco in a very close game. And then just before this game, Portales defeated Hobbs JV to move into the championship game tomorrow. Big breaking ball, fouled down the third base line. And so Billy Blevins on the hill for the Cardinals. He's already got 2 Ks here.
Looking for that third one. One more strike, and he's got it.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. And that ball is in there for strike number 3.
Batter wasn't
and they
sure about
tag him
that.
out. The batter didn't like the call, and Blevins gets another K. So that's 3 strikeouts for Blevins.
That'll move us to the bottom of the second.
And as we move into the bottom of the second, you've got a 0-0 score here in Eunice, the 30th annual. We're going to stay here just so that we can kind of maybe catch up.
Okay.
The 30th annual Cardinal Classic. The Cardinals, as we mentioned, advanced to tonight's game, beating Gateway Christian of Roswell 8-3. In that Gateway game, the Eunice Cardinal team finally had most of their players. Many of those players have been playing basketball and had made a deep run into the state tournament. So several just got here this week. Against Gateway, junior Luis Gomez got the win as the 6'3" right-hander started on the mound and ended up with 9 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. Luis Zamora and Tyson Coy tag teamed the last 3 innings to clean up as Eunice won 8-3. The Cardinals saw some good things at the plate. Billy Blevins had a great night after just joining the team from hoops. He made a Sports Center highlight play in center field as well with an amazing dive and catch. The senior was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. He then stole second. A few pitches later, he stole third. And while stealing third, the throw down to third got past the third baseman, and Billy sprinted home to put Eunice on the board. In Blevins' next at bat, he hit a deep shot into the outfield, resulting in a 2 RBI triple. The Cardinals were up 3-0, and Blevins was on top of the world. Other Cardinals who had big days at the plate yesterday included Braylon Jeter, another hooper turned baseball player in the last week. Jeter had some great plays at shortstop, showing off his glove and arm, and at the plate he had 2 deep shot doubles and stepped on home plate a couple of times. Bubba Cerna, Tyson Coy, Luis Zamora, and Aziel Gota all had hits yesterday for Eunice. So anyway, that's kind of a part of my rundown that we were going to do in the pregame, and we couldn't get a signal. And coming up to the plate for the Cardinals is Luis Zamora. Zamora steps into that right-handed batter's box, and here comes the first pitch. It's down the middle, swung on for strike number 1. looking at the pitcher for El Paso de Vinci, it is Eric Perea. So Perea kicks and fires another one toward home. A swing on and a miss for strike number 2 to Zamora.
Looked like a fastball right down the pipe.
Yep. So Perea wasting no time. He's back on the hill already, making quick work. Here comes the pitch to Zamora. He takes that one, man. And man, you could tell by the umps.
He wanted. He almost.
He was like, moving his head back and forth like I'd like to call it, but he didn't. That was a close one. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I heard a big sigh on the El Paso side.
Here comes the next pitch, and that one's low and in the dirt, or what looks like dirt. It's actually turf-colored or dirt-colored turf.
Kicked up some plastic, not any dirt.
So that makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes. And so 2-2 count. And so stepping back on the hill, here comes the pitch. It's fired down in there. Looked like that one was swung at, and for strike number 3.
1 away.
So next step into the plate is the designated hitter. This is Tyson Jones. T-Man steps into that left-handed batter's box. Another one of these young Cardinals.
Another one of them Joneses.
That is true. That is true. So Tyson Jones steps in there ready. Here comes the first pitch. Big breaking ball stays outside for ball number 1. So Jones steps out, takes a look over at his coaches. He's going to step back in there. 1 ball, no strikes here to Jones. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Here comes the pitch. And that one's going to be outside for ball number 2. 2-0 to Tyson Jones.
Almost looks like he's trying to stay away from him, don't it?
Yeah.
I think some pitchers struggle with left-handed batters sometimes.
Not something you see very often, for sure. Here comes the next pitch. A big swing and a miss for strike number 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. We've got some spectators hanging out in front of the camera there. They're sliding down. And here comes the next pitch. That's a big breaking ball. Doesn't quite get back in there. And that's going to make it 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here to Tyson Jones. Jones steps back in the box, ready to go. Here comes the pitch. Jones with a big swing. And that's going to make a full count. 3-2-1 on the board.
Money pitch coming up.
We always say 3-2-1 contact, so we'll see if that's what happens here as Jones steps back in, ready to go. Here comes the pitch. It's driven foul over the third base dugout and over toward Senator Gallegos' house.
I think I just heard a window break, maybe.
Probably. It might have hit his own house. His own house is right there, too. I didn't think about that.
He's trying to get him a ball.
So 3-2-1 to Jones. Jones steps back in there, and that one's going to hit him right in the side of the leg.
That looked like it hurt.
Almost got him in the kneecap. And so Tyson Jones gets hit by a pitch, and he's going to head to first.
Well, he hustled down there. Looked like he wasn't hurt too bad.
He's Jones. He's tough. Next up is Tyson Coy.
Kind of hard to hurt one of them Jones things.
For the Cardinals. Might hurt our feelings, but physically we're fairly tough sometimes. So Tyson Coy steps up there ready, takes a look down at Tyler Almaguer, the coach for the Cardinals, gets the signal.
Jones got him a good lead, too.
We got Tyson Coy and Tyson Jones. Jones on first with a big lead, and that first pitch is low and out. Oh, no, he called it a late called strike.
He thought about that for a minute.
Yeah, man, that was like 3 seconds after the ball hit the mitt. And so stepping back in there is Coy, and Jones diving back into first as they threw it over that way to see if they could make him scramble a little bit.
He did scramble, but he has a big leadoff.
Yeah. Yeah. So once again, we appreciate you all sticking with us here. Technical difficulties in Cardinal Baseball Stadium. Here's the next pitch, and that one's low and outside, and I was waiting on that delayed call on that same pitch. Didn't get it that time, so that'll be ball 1.
We just got a little rough start, kind of like sometimes our Cardinals get a little rough start. We had a rough start tonight.
Yeah.
But we're back at it.
So here's the next pitch.
High.
And that one's high for ball 2.
2-1.
Oh, he called that one a strike?
Oh, really?
So that's another one of those 3 second after the plate, after the ball crosses the plate strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So back in there. Here comes that pitch. It's going to be low and outside and late. Jones is going to take off, and he dives in there Pete Rose style head first. And Tyson Jones steals a base. I believe that's his second steal of the season, at least according to Max Preps.
So got Jones on second.
Yep. Sound like the beginning of a bad joke. Got a Jones in the booth and a Jones on second. So
a Jones walks into a booth.
There's a swing and a foul ball from Coy.
Count remains 2-2.
So the board showing, I can't see that.
It's showing 1 and 2, but it's actually 2 and 2.
Is it? Okay. So 2 balls?
I do believe 2 and 2. It says 1 and 2 on the board, but
okay.
My board says
Your board
2
says
and
2 and 2?
Yeah.
All right, so stepping back in there is Coy. They're trying to keep Jones close, and he's going to take a big lead as there's nobody back there now. And that ball's going to be inside for ball number.
Well, I had 3, but let's see what the.
Okay, so there's the 3.
Okay.
I was telling Rosendo yesterday, we got this new scoreboard, and it's beautiful.
What's the one on the?
I can't read it. It's.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what.
Yeah, that's why you can't read the thing. There's a high foul ball right back up over the top of us. It's liable to hit this booth.
You're gonna hear a thump there in a minute. Good thing we got a ceiling.
Yeah, I can't read our board. I can't.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
So 3-2-1. It's a contact time again.
Contact. Runner on second. He's in scoring position if we can get us a double.
So Jones out there with the big lead. Coy at the plate. Here comes the pitch from El Paso. They throw it back, spinning and throwing back to get Jones in there. And he gets in there safely. So Coy steps back into that right-handed batter's box. Jones already taking a big lead. Pitcher takes a look at him. And now he's going to fire it toward home. That ball's fouled right off the head
Hit the ump again.
of the ump. And
he can't catch a break tonight.
Yeah.
Got a couple of balls.
That ump got slammed that time. He's stumbling around. Looks like he got hit by Mike Tyson. And he was doing the stiff-legged walk when he came out of there that time.
It felt like a donkey gonna kick me in the head.
I agree. I had a message here that said we got 18 state championships, and we in baseball we can spend millions of dollars on other stuff. We can't get some internet.
Can't get an internet
our
cable.
booth here. I concur.
Times are tough, I guess.
So, man, that was quick. The ump's back in there, ready to go. 3-2-1 is on the board, and that ball's going to be outside for ball number 4.
So runners on first and second.
So Coy walks. He heads over to first, and that'll bring up Dyson Lord. So Lord comes in, runners at first and second. T.A. Tyler Almaguer, the coach for this Cardinal team, goes over, talks to him.
Might be a good time for lay down a little bunt.
Maybe. Only negative is you got 1 out already.
Yeah, that's true.
So you get him picked. Now you got 2, but yeah, it could happen. So here we go. Lord heads in there ready to go. Big leads, and here comes the first pitch, and he was juking and jiving to get out of the way. I might have took that one because that would have loaded the bases.
And all the guys said, "Take one for the team." He said, "You take one. It hurts."
He looked like me in my middle school days doing the limbo at the skating rink. But
he was sucking it in.
Here comes the next pitch, and that one's driven foul over toward the first base dugout.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, one out, 2 runners on base, first and second.
Did you ever figure out what that first 2 means up there?
Well, now I'm not real sure.
Yeah, I can't read it. It says something.
Is that the batter? Number 2?
I don't know, maybe.
What number is he?
So that is. So maybe that is what that means.
We have solved the
Yeah. It says what it is, but you can't see it from here. That's what I was talking about yesterday, and Rosendo was like, I can see it. And I'm like, what does it say? Well, I never got an answer out of it.
I can't read the board.
I can't either.
Maybe in the daylight I could. I don't know.
I don't know. That's why I'm telling you, we bought a brand new nice scoreboard, but you can't read the thing. I can't read it.
Bigger letters on it for old people.
I'm telling you, I can completely, and that ball is outside for the next ball. So two balls, 2 strikes.
And number 2 batting.
Yep. My vision is not very good anymore. I'll be the first to say it, but I cannot read that scoreboard. I can't read it.
Well, I've been told that I've got to be in Odessa at 10 o'clock in the morning to get my eyes checked. So.
Yeah. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled off. Did that one hit him too? I was fixing to say maybe it hit the catcher. Yeah, he fouled it off, and it went off either that catcher or that ump. I was like, man, here we go again. I think it hit the ump because they're walking around to give him a little break again. That is the second shot off that ump's head in the last 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to stumble out of there again here in a minute, looking like he's in an MMA fight. He keeps taking them shots to the noggin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's back in there. He's a trooper. Here comes the next pitch. It's driven high up over the first base dugout, going to be out of play. So Lord staying alive. He's looking like a 1970s dancer.
Kind of like a Bee Gees song.
Yeah.
Is that Bee Gees?
Ooh, 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 staying alive.
There you go.
Staying alive. So Dyson Lord steps back in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Runners at first and second. Lord trying to stay alive. And here comes the next pitch, and it is inside for ball number 3.
Count goes full. Money pitch coming up.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Dyson Lord and the Cardinals. Runners on first and second. Tyson Jones over at on second. Tyson Coy over at first. And here comes the next pitch. That one's, oh, man.
It hit him.
It hit him, but he swung. So what happens there?
I think he called it a foul ball.
Foul ball. Wow. If he'd have just took it, but that ball hit him.
Yeah, he was trying to bat it off because it was coming out at him.
Yeah, and it got him right on the hands.
Man. Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, so they're trying to give him a break. So not only is
umpire says it hurts, don't it?
Yeah, that umpire's taking at least 3 shots.
He's taking some shots.
Yeah. Yeah, Heath Dean just told me that first number up there is the batter, so I'm glad Heathams knows that. Randy Gladden out there listening, we appreciate you. He just told me how old I am, and yeah, I concur. Yeah. Yeah, we buy some amazing stuff, and we do some neat things. Like I said, that scoreboard, I just can't read it. I could read the old one better than I can read this one. This one's got better lighting and stuff on it.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't read what probably once I figure it out and learn what each one of those boxes means, I'll be all right. But I can't read them. And he takes ball 4.
Loaded them up.
And the bases are now loaded as Tyson Jones, Tyson Coy, and Dyson Lord all end up on base due to a walk, either because they got hit by a pitch or because they took 4 balls. And that'll bring up Kevin Garcia to the plate with the bases juiced.
And El Paso wants to take a little break and talk about it. Coach is coming out on the mound.
Shout out to Ashton Thompson and Jorge Gomez as they are up in Albuquerque, I believe, for the All-Star basketball game.
Okay, good luck to them boys.
What used to be the North-South game turned East-West game, turned Red-Green game. It seemed like every year they want to change the name of it, but it's now, I believe, the Red-Green game.
Red-Green.
And the interesting thing is Ashton is on one team and Jorge's on the other. So.
The umpire seems like he's having some issues.
I was watching this guy wrestle with the baseball over here.
Oh.
He was trying to get that baseball out of the net. He got it out, but now he's got the little rack thing stuck. So Kevin Garcia steps in there ready to go. Bases juiced. 1 out. Here's the pitch. And it's inside for ball number 1. Bases loaded here for the Cardinals. We're in the bottom of the second.
One ball, no strike.
Senior Kevin Garcia in the right-handed batter's box. Perea on the hill for El Paso. Here comes the pitch. Swing for strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Once again, we appreciate those of you sticking with us. The signal is just not very good here in Eunice, and we have to do some troubleshooting to try to make things work. We've got some sound finally going.
It seems like once the sun goes down, it gets a little better. I don't know
and
what.
That ball's right on the outside corner for strike 2.
I don't know if it really has anything to do with it, but once the sun goes down, it gets a little better.
No. So stepping back in there, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out to Kevin Garcia, the senior, with the bases juiced. Here comes the next pitch, and it is right near that outside corner, and they're going to call that one a ball, luckily for the Cardinals.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Kevin Garcia at the plate. Eric Perea pitching for El Paso da Vinci. Here comes the next pitch. Right off the knuckles, and that's a foul ball, and he stays alive.
Staying alive, staying alive.
There you go.
It's a way to do it. Stay alive. Hit it or dodge it.
So Garcia steps back in there, ready to go. Bases juiced. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Down goes Garcia.
For 2 away.
That'll bring up. I had Hasiel Gota, but I guess he's the with the DH in. He must have been the one that wasn't batting, so that'll bring up Billy Blevins. Blevins heads to the right-handed batter's box. He is your leadoff batter, and the bases are juiced. That first pitch is high for ball number 1.
You can just see the look in Billy's eye. He wants to get him a good one.
Young man had a triple last night out there to that deep right center corner. And, man, this would be a great time for that.
Or over the fence will be all right.
Blevins steps in there ready to go. Here's that next pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Blevins. This is some pitcher-on-pitcher crime here as we have Perea for El Paso on the hill and the Eunice pitcher in the box. Here comes the pitch from Perea toward home plate, and that one's going to be high for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike to Blevins. Blevins last night batted in that number 9 spot. Like I mentioned a while ago, he had a heck of a ball game. So he steps back in there ready to go again. Takes a couple of check swings. Perea takes a look at the runners on base. He kicks and fires toward home. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rock Biggie Woogie Oogie Oogie Oogie, or however Dean says it. I can't remember his little Oogie Woogie Woogie thing that he does, but I made up my own version that I can remember here. So stepping back in there is Billy. Here comes that next pitch. It swung on. It's driven toward the gap in center. It's going to get there. 1 run scores. Here comes another one headed toward home. There's a big throw to the plate. They get there safely, and then they overthrow it, trying to go to third. Here comes another run headed home, and Blevins turns third, and he's headed for home on the inside the park home run off the air. Blevins with the inside the park home run off the air, and he clears the bases. 4 runs scored. Billy Blevins doing work again.
Yep, that's an infield home run. Well, it might be on a.
It'd be on the air,
but still, that's amazing.
That is 4 RBIs right there for Blevins.
And that was with 2 outs.
That's Blevins doing work just like he did last night. And definitely a good thing for Eunice as Eunice leads here. We're trying to.
Kids like to hang out by our window.
There is a foul ball back here for Cerna, and that is strike number 1.
I just don't knock loud enough.
Yeah, you got to. I'm used to knocking on that bench with my little hammer, my little gavel.
Just bring your gavel in
That's
here
right.
and hit on that window. Probably break it.
Yeah. So Bubba Cerna heads to the plate again. He's got no balls and a strike. Here's that next pitch, and it's outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cerna. Bubba Cerna had a good day yesterday as well. One of those few returning starters from last year's team. Mm-hmm. Here comes the next pitch to Cerna. He drives that one deep toward left center field. It's way back. It may be. It could be.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Bubba Cerna says, give me that one. And he hits it into the cow pasture in deep left field. Bubba Cerna goes yard. Mm-hmm. Back-to-back homers. Blevins with the in-the-park homer off an error. And Bubba Cerna,
he said, let me do one, too.
Hits one the old-fashioned way. He drove that one into the cow pasture way out there. What a shot by Cerna. Rock buggy.
So 5 points scored with with 2 outs.
That's right, man. What a
Is that what they call a 2-out rally?
Yeah, for sure. What an inning run here for the Cardinals as they now lead 5-0. 5-0 as the Cardinals jump out in front here against El Paso da Vinci, a team that beat Santa Rosa 6-0 yesterday. And that'll bring up the big man, Braylon Jeter, 6'3", 220 pounds of manly man. He steps in there and takes that first pitch for strike number 1. Jeter steps in there again. Here comes the pitch from Perea. It's going to be low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike to Jeter. Man, back-to-back shots from Blevins and Cerna. Cerna's over the fence. Blevins with the in the park off the error. And we've got 5 runs on the board for the Cardinals. Braylon Jeter steps back in there. Perea going to pitch it to him. He drives it into right center field. It's all the way through the gap, and it's going to the wall. Jeter makes the turn at first. He's going to head for 3. He makes the turn at second. He's going to be in there easily, and they're going to send him. No, they stop him at the last second. And Braylon Jeter with the triple. The stand-up triple. He turned third like most people turn first, like he was going to head for the in-the-park home run.
That boy's got some wheels on him. He might have made it. I might have seen him.
Big Braylon Jeter, he takes 1 step between every base, and he's at the next base.
Yeah, I think he might have made that. But, I guess better to go ahead and
that'll bring the other big man, Jose Calvillo, a left-hander, for the Cardinals up into the left-handed batter's box with a man standing on third in Jeter. A passed ball here probably scores another run. A base hit definitely scores a run. And Calvillo steps in there ready. They're trying to hold Jeter over at third. Here comes the first pitch. It's fouled right back toward us by Calvillo.
Strike 1.
So Calvillo got a piece of that one, hit it right back toward our little spot here. He's going to step in there ready to go again. 5-0 is the score. Calvillo in the left-handed batter's box takes that one on the outside corner for strike 2. Calvillo's down 0-2 in the count. 2 outs on the board. Runner standing on third is Jeter. We could use another one, definitely. Here comes that next pitch. Swung on and drove into left center field. It's headed back toward the wall again. Jeter's going to jump on home plate. Calvillo's turning on the wheels, and he stands into second with a drive and a double. And, man, what a shot by Calvillo, who gets the RBI.
And out comes the coach for El Paso. He said, man, we need to do something different here.
This El Paso group wanting to talk about it. It looks like we're going to have a pitching change as your Cardinals have jumped on it right here in inning number 2. And by the looks of things, we'll probably have a pitching change. We'll send it over for a word from our sponsors. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Parker Energy Services has been servicing the community for over 17 years. They offer water hauling, dirt work, and disposable services. Dispatchers and sales staff are available anytime, and office staff is available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Parker Energy aims to satisfy their customers and give their employees great job opportunities. Parker Energy is family-owned and operated, big enough to meet your needs and small enough to offer excellent and personalized services. Consider Parker Energy Support Services for all of your support needs. Visit them today at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice. The proud owners of Eunice Wrecker and Rental offer professional and reliable 24-hour roadside services in Lee County. Light to medium duty towing and recovery, fuel deliveries, jump starts, lockouts, and tire changes. They also haul off unwanted vehicles to help clean up your property. Eunice Wrecker and Rental have over 20 years of experience. They are fully licensed and insured. Call 575-394-HOOK. That's 575-394-4665. Eunice Wrecker and Rental are located at 44 North New Mexico Highway 248, Eunice, New Mexico, mile marker 1.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside my partner Charlie Fairbrush, and the Cardinals have jumped on El Paso da Vinci here in the bottom of the second. The Cards now lead 6-0. Behind some strong hitting from people like Bubba Cerna, Billy Blevins, Braylon Jeter, and Jose Calvillo.
That's a pretty good little 2-out run right here. Six runs.
And then Da Vinci has changed pitchers. I wanted to talk about this Da Vinci team just a little bit. They are 6-5-1 on the season, already played 12 games. They have wins over El Paso Mountain View, 16-3. El Paso Tornillo 15-2, Del Valle 3-2. Another win over El Paso Mountain View 19-5. Wow. A win over El Paso Parkland 10-4, and a tie versus El Paso Burgess 5-5. This team has been playing some of the larger schools in the El Paso area and playing them competitively and putting a lot of runs on the board. So 6 is not comfortable yet. No. As I look at this team, they put a lot of runs on the board against a lot of top-level teams over in El Paso. So the Cardinals have really jumped on them here, and they have switched pitchers. My vision is not very good looking, so as soon as that pitcher turns his back to me where
12,
I can see,
I believe
12 would be Alacorn, I believe, Diego. We'll call him Diego. And so stepping up into the batter's box is Luis Zamora. He steps in there with a runner at second. 2 outs. That first pitch is right down that outside corner for strike number 1.
Runner on second. Another hit to the fence will bring that runner in.
Runner at second is Calvillo. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle. It's driven over towards shallow right field. Making the step back is the second baseman, and he's going to grab that one. And down goes the Cardinals on the fly out from Zamora, but not before Eunice puts 6 runs on the board. Eunice leads 6-0 at the end of 2, and we will head over toward the third. But we're going to keep it right here, though. I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to talk about kind of a sad, somber moment for this Eunice community. I had me some music and everything set to go with this, but this week alone, our Eunice community has lost some of our former Eunice Cardinal athletes. We want to take a moment to think back on a couple of great young people. We've lost them too soon. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of these great alumnus. First of all, yesterday we lost Alex Caballero. He was also known by his classmates as Pit, like a pit bull, a little fella with a huge heart that loved fast cars. He was a Eunice graduate in 2015. He played football, basketball, and ran track. A member of the Caballero family, a family with deep ties to Eunice Athletics, a cousin of our own Rosendo who broadcast with us, gone way too young. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Caballero family. Also this week, we lost the man, the myth, the legend, Nolan Jones. Nolan and all the members of the Jones family are sports legends here in Eunice. Nolan was a 2003 Eunice graduate. He competed in basketball, golf, baseball, and track. He was a state champion in the high jump in track. In fact, during the semifinals of the state baseball playoffs, Nolan Jones played 4 innings for the Cardinals, changed clothes, ran out of the dugout, changed uniforms, whatnot, hurried across town to the track, and won the high jump. An amazing young man, an amazing athlete, gone too soon. Yep. Our thoughts and prayers with both the Jones family and the Caballero family. A couple of young men that are gone too soon.
Yep. Condolences to both families.
That'll bring up Eric Perea here as we move into the 3rd inning. Perea heads to the plate in that left-handed batter's box. Looks like they're having some problems with the catching equipment for the Cardinals.
Umpire does it all. Gets hit.
Yeah.
Fixes uniforms. Does all of it. He's pretty tough. I don't know if I could have. The first one maybe. That second one I might have just went ahead and got in my truck and went on. It looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it's amazing how many messages I've got about our sound being better. So we appreciate you. There's that first pitch. Blevins fired in some heat on that one. And the young man, Eric Perea, fouled it off down the third base line from that left-handed batter's stance. That makes it 0-1. So Billy Blevins steps back on the hill for the Cardinals. Young man's only been out of base or basketball about a week. Here's that next pitch, and that one's low and inside for ball one. One ball and a strike.
Almost got him in the ankle.
You know, I learned something new the last week that I didn't know. I don't know why, but I was thinking when I was playing baseball, if the ball hit the ground and then hit the batter, that it was a dead ball. But had several people send me the latest rule book version of that. And there's a drive over into shallow left field. Coming up and making that catch is Morales from the left field spot.
For one away.
So a little fly out there, and we've got one away. Anyway, what I learned is if the batter doesn't try to move and just stands there, that it's not a walk. But if that batter has no chance and it skips off the ground and hits him, he does get the opportunity to take first base. It's kind of an umpire's call, but I didn't realize that. So learn something new all the time, especially up here in this baseball booth.
Oh, yeah.
So next up is Aaron Cordera for El Paso. He's another lefty. They got a bunch of lefties on this team. Blevins back on the hill. He kicks and fires it toward home. A swung on and missed for strike number 1.
And I know we seen that the other night at the softball game. Same thing, bouncing, hit one of the girls, and she took a base.
Yeah, Travis Wilson trying to stay off the camera today. That ball's going to be low and outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Travis didn't want to be a movie star again.
Yeah, there's another one that's just a little bit low and outside, I'm assuming, for ball number 2. Yeah, I agree. Randy Gladden said old Blue's going to be asking if he can hold the catcher's mitt here in a minute if he keeps taking all these shots. So 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the next pitch from Blevins, and it's inside. And the batter's pointing at his foot saying it hit me on the foot. So he's going to head over to first base as he was hit by a pitch. And headed over to first base. So that'll bring us all the way back to the top of the lineup. This number 25, Jesus Macias, with a runner standing on first. 1 out here. We're in the top of the 3rd.
Well, don't you have to attempt to move even if it don't hit the ground?
I have no idea.
I was thinking you did.
There's a drive, a ground ball. Blevins thought about it, and then there was some confusion between Blevins and Cerna as to who was going to pick it up. Cerna finally grabbed it, and it was too late.
That was almost like a bunt.
Yes, it was.
where it came out.
You know, when it came off the bat, it looked like it was going to be a hard hit ball, but it had a lot of spin on it. It just kind of popped up into the air and then dribbled down the third base line. and Blevins was probably the first one closest to it. Oh, the runner at second was leading off, and I guess he was dazing. And Blevins turned around and saw him out there about 10 foot from the bag, but nobody from Eunice was.
Second baseman was there.
Yes,
we'd have had an out.
We'd have had an out right there. Blevins is going to chase him down and tag him. But anyway, runners at first and second, and Blevins hit that one right in the helmet. He ear-holed him.
Ooh.
And so headed to first. Now we've got the bases juiced with only one out. And coming up to the plate is going to be what looks like a big man.
Big man.
And that is Hector Ramirez. Tyler Almaguer heads out.
We're going to talk to this. Going to talk to Billy. Say, calm down, Billy.
Yep, going to talk to him a little bit. This Eunice Cardinal team leads 6-0. I said it earlier. This El Paso Da Vinci team, if you look at their scores for the season, a lot of their games have been 14, 15, 16, even 18 runs in a game. They put up runs.
They get them bats going.
They do, and so it's highly unusual to be into the third inning and not have some runs on the board for them if you look at their season.
Okay, they had the top. We're ready to get going again.
So they talked about it. Garcia, the catcher, going to head back behind home plate for the Cardinals. Blevins still on the hill. The bases are juiced, one out. This will be a good spot for a little double play action. Blevins back on there, takes a look at his catcher. He likes the sign, and here comes the pitch. Big breaking ball, and it stayed inside for ball number one.
Yeah, he's a big cat.
That's a big boy.
There's a big strike zone too.
Yeah. So Blevins back on the hill ready. Ramirez in the right-handed batter's box for El Paso, and that's a fireball right down the middle
there it is.
For strike number one.
It still
Blevins.
took him a minute to call that strike.
That's right. He put some heat on that one. You know, I've noticed in all the softball and baseball games we've covered that all the umps are doing that. They stand there for 3 or 4 seconds before they make the call. There's a dribbler over towards short. Running up is Jeter. He's going to scoop it, flips it to first, and they're going to get the runner at first. El Paso's going to score a run. I tell you what, Braylon Jeter is a freaking cannon, and the big boy can move because he had to make he ran a long ways as he was all the way back in the green grass from short.
He got just behind the pitcher and chunked it.
That's right.
Yeah.
What a play there by Jeter.
So 2 away.
And so here we go. 2 outs, bases. Got people at second and third, and that first pitch is down that outside corner for strike number one. This is Jaciel Mancera up for El Paso, another lefty. Blevins, the ump was standing there, and just all of a sudden he hollered, "Oh!" and he's grabbing that left shoulder.
He's having a little trouble.
Yeah,
he's been stretching that left shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, just out of the blue, that left shoulder.
I wonder if one of them balls might have hit.
They did.
Okay.
One of those shots earlier, he took off that left shoulder, and he's been having left shoulder problems ever since.
Oh, I got a massage therapist down there. He might need to.
There's a drive over toward left field, and it gets over our left fielder's head, whose first move was toward the home plate. It goes over his head, and it's going to clear the bases with a 2 RBI double.
That'll bring in 2 more runs to make the score. Eunice 6, El Paso 3.
Man, that was a rocket. Luis out there in left field when that ball was hit, his first steps were up, and that ball it was a rocket. It went right over the top of his head before he could turn and scoop back.
That thing kicked the afterburner in or something.
Yep. And so now with a runner on second and 2 outs, coming up to the plate is Eric Perea, the first pitcher for this El Paso team. He steps in there ready. Blevins on the hill. His first pitch is right down that inside corner. They call it high for ball number 1. So Blevins back on the hill, takes a look back towards second. Nobody holding the runner on, and then he pitches a low and outside for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike. in 2 outs here. Inning number 3, the top of the 3rd. Blevins settles in, takes a look at home, pitches a big breaking ball. Good. And it is. He called it. It was about a 3-4 second delay, but then the ump finally called it.
You got to sit and think about it for a minute.
Yes. 2 balls and a strike. I'm going to ask some of my ump buddies what's up with that.
That may be some of the new training.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask them. I've got a few buddies that I know that are ump, but I've never seen it as much as I've seen it this year. It'll be 3-4 seconds. Half the time the catcher's already throwing the ball back to the pitcher when they finally make the call. 3 balls and a strike. Here comes the next pitch, and that one almost hits the batter. It goes all the way to the screen, and advancing to third is the runner that was on second. Now you've got runners on the corner, and here comes Tyler Almaguer. Coach Almaguer is going to come out, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. And it looks like they're going to send big Braylon Jeter to the hill. I'm assuming that's about what's about to happen. Blevins going to step off the mound, and he heads over toward the dugout. No, they handed the ball to somebody else. Who is that they're handing the ball to? Tyson Coy. Okay. So Tyson Coy going to make a trip up onto the hill, and we'll see where they move Blevins to. So Coy was playing second, right?
I believe that's right.
Somebody coming in second base right there.
So one of those that was out in the outfield going to come in. Blevins going to head out to his center field spot. And then one of the folks from the outfield going to come in and run to second, I'm assuming. So we've got a 6-3 game. I said it a while ago when we scored those 6 runs. I said, you can't get comfortable because this team has the firepower to put some runs on the board.
And now they're going to have 1 on third and 1 on first, so at the corner.
Yeah, 2 outs. They've scored most of these runs with 2 outs, just like we did a while ago. We scored all 6 of ours with 2 outs.
2 outs.
Shout out to our sponsors. Do you have that list over there?
Yeah, let's give a shout out to our sponsors while we got this little break in the action. Lobo Trucking, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, Guns Up Services, NMR Pipeline, Redbird Gas, Parker Energy, Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Cardinal Hardware, BT8 Services, and Eunice Wrecker and Rental, our proud sponsors for tonight's game between your Eunice Cardinals and this El Paso Da Vinci team.
Yeah, so that was a quick warm-up, and Coy is on the hill. Stepping in for El Paso Da Vinci is number 12.
22.
Oh, is that 22?
Yep.
Macias.
And there's a strike.
So that first pitch from Coy is strike number 1. Runners at first and third. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Coy on the hill. Here's his next pitch.
Ooh, yeah. I might have called it a little outside,
call.
maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. I was waiting on that delayed strike call, but he never gave it. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The runner advanced during that one, so now runners at second and third. 2 outs. Macias at the plate. Coy on the hill. Here comes the next pitch. It's a big swing and a miss on that breaking ball, and now we got a 1 ball, 2 strikes. And
I think
Christopher
we might have had
Macias,
a little hit and run on maybe.
yeah, he didn't like the fact that he swung and missed at that one. He was going to beat a hole in the turf over there. Takes a look at his coach over there. Coach giving him some batting instruction, telling him to take a deep breath and showing him his swing technique over there.
Just swing and miss. That's all we want.
Just tap, 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 tap it in. Here comes the next pitch. Big swing, and it's driven high down the left field line.
Foul ball.
And it's going to be a foul ball, and it's a good thing that it was because it went over the fence down that left field line. It was a long ball that was well over the fence, but it was just foul.
We're halfway around third already.
Yeah, It was a deep shot, and he drove it. That ball within about 2 seconds was over that left field fence. Fortunately for the Cardinals, it was foul. Here comes the next pitch, and it's going to skip out in front of the plate for ball 2.
2-2-2.
2-2-2. Heath Dean tells me that if it's 2-2-2, it's Rock Boogie. Rock Boogie. 2-2-2. I don't know if it's Rock Boogie if the other team's got 2-2-2 or if it's just Rock Boogie if you got 2-2-2. But there's a drive foul down the left field or third base line.
Count stays 2-2-2.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to number 22. Woogie.
There's a lot of 2s on that board.
Rock Boogie. Stepping back in there, runners at second, third. Here comes a big breaking ball, swung on, foul down that line again. He's way out in front of all these pitches.
He's staying alive, though.
Yep.
I just assumed he had a swing and a miss.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You know, it's the way we roll.
So here we go. 2-2-2 to number 22, Rock Boogie. If that's acceptable. And here's the pitch. It's low.
And
he called it a strike. And
he's fixing
he's gonna. He just threw his bat. They just tossed him. He just got thrown out of the game. And now he's gonna go after. Look at him. He's trying to go after the ump. He picked his bat up, was coming after the ump, and his players had to grab him. Yeah, he was gonna pick the bat up and go after the ump. He was mad. They had to tackle him.
They might want to kick him out of the stadium.
Yeah, he threw him out. And that player went and grabbed the bat and was going to go after the ump with a bat. And they had to, grab him and restrain him. So, anyway, with that said, I thought the pitch was low, but it was close enough. I
thought somewhere strikes he called balls.
That's right. That's how it is sometimes. And so, anyway, down he goes, Coy with the strikeout. And so that will move us on down the line here.
That other ump's going to go over and maybe have a little chat.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much the helmet down. I'll think of what he said to him.
Well, he threw the helmet and then he threw the bat. And then when they tossed him, then he went and picked the bat up and turned around and made an aggressive move, it looked like to me, toward the ump. And
if
so
he's messing around, Jimmy Jones will give him a nod here in town at the clink down here.
So they're out there discussing it, the umps and the coaching staff from Da Vinci. And with that said, we are moving into the bottom of the third. Eunice still leads 6-3. Definitely some excitement that got the crowd making some noise there for a few minutes.
Well, they well, you know, that's just you can't do that.
Yeah, you know. The ump is having a rough day, man.
He's having a rough day.
His left shoulder, I think, is just about to go on him. But
player's going to take a bat and work him over, maybe. It might have helped him.
Might knock his shoulder back into whack. He's struggling. Look at him. He's out there on all fours, dang near. He's bent over. He is struggling with that left shoulder.
So what happens if he can't finish the game?
Well, I guess you could always move the man that's out there on first base in here to call. Shoot, we've had some games over the last few years where we had one ump calling pitches, balls, and strikes from out behind the mound.
And base, yeah, I've seen that.
So Tyson Jones steps in here to the plate. Jones in that left-handed batter's box. First pitch comes his way. Jones watches that one go by, and it is called a strike. So strike number 1 to Tyson Jones.
I thought it was high. But I'm not going to
I was
throw a
going to
bat
say,
at
throw
nobody.
your bat and helmet, and they'll toss you right out of here. You get to complaining.
Throw my headset at him if he don't watch out.
Tyson Jones steps back in there. Big breaking ball way outside for ball one. So, did they call the first one? They called the first one a strike, right?
Yeah, I believe he did.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyson Jones. Jones going to step back in there. He's ready to go. Here's the next pitch, and that one is – he called a late strike on that one, and that one looked low. So
the board shows 3.
yeah,
I believe it's 1 and 2.
I think it's 1 and 2. I think right now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. That ball swung on for strike number 3. Down goes Tyson Jones.
1 away.
So Tyson Jones goes down, and coming up next is Tyson Coy. Young man walked his last at bat. And so he'll step in there, the right-handed batter. Tyson Coy in there, ready to go. Here comes the next pitch, and it's a big breaking ball in there for strike number 1.
Get those a good breaking ball, I'll tell you that.
Tyson Coy steps back in. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. It's right down that outside corner for strike number 2. So 0-2 is the count. 1 out.
We're going to have to swing that bat now. We're down 2.
Here comes the next pitch. He's set up way outside. Look how far outside that catcher's set up. And they call that one a strike 3. Coy didn't like the call.
But he didn't throw his bat
That's
or
true.
his helmet.
So down goes Coy, and coming up next will be Dyson Lord as Dyson Lord comes to the plate. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Eunice leads 6-3 against a very talented El Paso Da Vinci team.
Yeah, they're here to play. I'll tell you that.
Lord steps in there ready. Here comes the pitch. Looked like a little high for ball number 1.
Well, you know, the catcher stood up before he pitched, so it's like he threw a ball on purpose.
Diego is the pitcher for this El Paso Da Vinci team. He's on the hill. He kicks and fires it. That ball's right down that outside corner for strike 1. So 1 ball and a strike to Tyson Coy. Stepping back in there, he's ready. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Coy watches that one way outside.
Way outside. 2-1. And 2 away. That's where we do our best at 2 outs, right?
Yep. Stepping back in there is Coy. And here comes the next pitch. Look like it's going to be high. I said Coy. This is Lord. I'm losing it.
Number 2.
Yeah, Dyson Lord.
Okay.
So back on the hill is Diego. He's going to kick and fire it toward home, and that one's going to be low and outside for ball number 4. And Dyson Lord earns his 2nd walk.
I believe that's how we started out last inning was a walk with 2 outs.
The only difference is last time we had Tyson Jones get hit by a pitch. We had Tyson Coy get the walk, and then we had Dyson Lord get the walk. And then that's when we
started rocking and rolling. And Billy hit that infield or in the park home run, I guess you call it.
So I believe this will be Kevin Garcia. I can't see the number, but I think that's who this is. So Garcia steps in there ready to go. Big breaking ball, stays high and inside. Runner at first is Dyson Lord for the Cardinals. 2 outs on the board. Garcia takes a look at, I'm assuming, his wristband, and then steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Diego on the hill for El Paso. Takes a look at his catcher, kicks and fires. They're going to send the runner, and he is in there safely.
He made it.
It was a good throw by the catcher, and this catcher was already, he's kind of a little theatrical because he was already, he let that pitch go, and he was running for the dugout. and he's kind of acting disappointed that he didn't get a call. I didn't even think it was. It was closer than
but
maybe.
not that close.
It wasn't that close.
These boys are a little theatrical.
He may be on the theater team at whatever school he goes
be.
to there, and that one's a good pitch
Oh, yeah.
for strike number 1.
2-1, 2 away. Runner on second.
So back in there is Garcia. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Lord on second. And that ball's going to get by the catcher, heads back toward the back, and sliding into third is Lord. And now we've got a runner standing at third base. Count is 3-1, 2 outs. And we're in the bottom of the third. Kevin Garcia at the plate. A passed ball here or something would most likely score a run with Lord that close to home.
Mm-hmm.
Walking back up onto the hill is Diego. Taking a look at his catcher, he takes the sign. Looks over toward third base, and he kicks and fires it toward home. A big swing and a miss for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
Money pitch coming up.
Lord standing on third. Diego's on the hill. Takes a look. He's going to fire this next pitch toward home. A big swing and a foul ball over into the parking lot. That'll put a ding on somebody's car.
Yep. I think I might have heard a window break.
Yeah,
sure.
I always get a kick. You can always tell the visitors, the people that come in here that aren't from here, because they always jump in these first parking spots right here near the gate.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're excited. Like, man, look at all these open parks
Until
right here in front of the gate.
Flying over the
Yeah. So
I've lost one window to this field right here.
Here comes the next pitch, and a big swing and a miss, and down goes Garcia on his second strikeout of the night. And at the end of 3, your score, Eunice 6, El Paso de Vinci 3. And we will move into the bottom of the 4th. We'll send it over for a quick word from our sponsors. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Lobo Trucking has been in business now for 20 years and wants to give thanks to you and their hardworking and dedicated employees. Lobo Trucking takes great pride in developing a highly trained, motivated, and professional workforce. Lobo Trucking can safely and efficiently meet any fluid management needs, and Lobo Trucking is a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Lobo Trucking salutes all the hardworking coaches, teachers, and students. Keep up the good job.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. We are in the top of the 4th here, getting ready to start the 4th in the 30th annual Cardinal Classic here in Eunice, a baseball tournament that's been happening around here for quite some time, 30 years worth.
About 30 years, yeah.
And so there's some discussion. The coaches from El Paso called the ump over. They were visiting with him. Now they've called Coach Almaguer over, and now the other ump is coming in, and it looks like you got a pretty good discussion going down there. I don't know what they're all debating or arguing about, but look like we got an argument or a debate going on over something.
I think Almaguer can take both of them other coaches. I'm not sure, bro. But just kind of looking it over.
Yeah, he definitely would in a baseball game.
That's what I meant. That's kind of what I meant.
If you're talking MMA match, you just never can tell. I've learned in my years of that you can't judge a book by its cover. But if they want to play baseball, Tyler Almaguer's probably not the one they want to challenge in that. Oh, they're trying to. Is that what they're doing? Oh.
Got Mr. Mayor over here stirring us up.
Yeah, we got the mayor over here trying to see if he can get us going. And anyway, still got Lord on the hill, I believe, for the Cardinals.
Number
Oh,
one.
it's Coy. Tyson Coy.
Yep.
I don't know why Tyson Coy and Dyson Lord. I get those two from up here. They're about the same size, and I don't know why those two give me fits.
You even
from
got
up
your
here.
glasses on.
I do. I have the glasses on today.
I may be wearing some next time we meet. I'm going to get my eyeballs checked tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, what are those things you got on there right now?
Well, these are just to read.
Oh, I got you.
I can see pretty good out there. I just can't
Yeah.
read up close.
So here we go. Stepping into the batter's box is Diego, the pitcher for this El Paso team right now. He steps in there ready to go. Tyson Coy on the hill for the Cardinals. Takes a look toward the catcher, Kevin Garcia, and here comes the pitch. It's going to be inside for ball number 1. For the Cardinals, we've got Calvillo standing at first. Is that Morales at second? I think it is. Oh, it's Zamora. Okay, so Zamora came in a while ago during the rotation. There's a fly ball over toward first, and Calvillo going to step over and make the catch. And so down goes Diego on the fly out.
One away.
Oh, yeah? There you go. Yeah, I'd be interested. So Eric Perea now comes to the plate. Young man had a fly out in one of his at-bats. We missed one of his at-bats due to our technical difficulties as we were troubleshooting.
Yeah.
There's a pitch right near the outside corner, no call.
I kind of like to have a strike out of that one, but, you know, I'm not going to throw my.
Is it 2 and that was the first pitch, right?
I thought it was.
So 1-0 is the count. Here comes the next pitch, big breaking ball, and it comes back across the base, or the batter was like acting like he was going to fall out of
I
the.
think that was a little dramatic.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that like a flopping baseball or basketball?
That pitch looked like it was pretty decent. It didn't look like it was as close to hitting him as he made it look like there, but here we go.
I like those when they do that and then they call it a strike.
And
that's
that
a
one's
strike.
right down the inside corner. So that'll be, I believe it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, right?
I've got 2 and 1, but
2 and
I
1.
may have missed one.
Okay. So 2 balls, 1 strike. To Perea, he steps in there ready to go. Here comes the next pitch, and it's right down that outside corner, and now it's 3-1. Man, I kept expecting the signal there.
I thought he was fixing to raise his hand and do it.
Here comes the next pitch. Down the middle, it's driven high over toward third base, right in behind him, trying to make it a running catch was coming up from left field.
He's gonna hold up on second there.
And coming all the way to second, our left fielder was running in, trying to see who that was out there. I believe that was Dyson Lord. He come running in from left field. Ball went off the edge of his glove.
I almost got there.
And then went into the foul territory. And Lord, after that ball went off his glove, was just going to stroll on in like he was frustrated that he didn't make the catch while the ball was skipping out into left field. The third baseman had to run out there and chase the ball
Because
down.
the runner was hooking him.
Yes. So that'll bring up Aaron, I believe, here with a runner at second. That ball's driven into the gap in left center, headed over his Lord. He picks it up off the skip, and it looked like it hit him in the face.
It hit him right in the face.
And then picking it up and gunning it toward home was Blevins, and he throws it all the way over the catcher into the fence. And so Lord looked like he took that one off the turf and into the face.
Yeah, he looked like that hurt.
And so we've got a stoppage in the action as the coaches are headed out. We'll send it over for a word from our sponsors. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of their Eunice community and their Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 13 years and is family owned and operated, located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice. They are your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tanks, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on their Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Go number 5.
Redbird Garage is your hometown local mechanic shop specializing in minor and major repairs from oil changes, car washes, brake work, AC repair, and so much more. For more information, call 394-8828. Call 394-8828. Or swing by Redbird Garage at 1800 North Main Street in Eunice and meet the new owners, Josh and Erica Jones. Redbird Garage is your hometown mechanic shop, committed to always doing what's right for you and your vehicle.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports, and kind of a strange situation there as they drive into left center field. Lord was trying to get to it. The ball hit the turf, skipped up, and hit Lord right in what looked like the face or the head.
Yep, somewhere on the.
And so a stoppage for the last several minutes while they were out there looking at him. He walked off the field with his coach and headed into the dugout, apparently after that shot to the face or head from that ball that skipped off the turf. And so they haven't sent anybody in for him yet. And so now the umps are headed over there to the dugout, probably saying, you know, what are we going to do here?
So you have is it kind of like in basketball where you got a certain amount of time?
Yeah, I don't have any idea.
Here's your explanation, right?
So the mayor is going to give you an explanation here.
Just a case or whatever.
You got to be dramatic. Is that what you're saying?
It's not like that's not a standard call. It's like you call it straight, not wait 3 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's being dramatic tonight.
And it's funny because we watched a softball game the other day where every strike they called was 2, 3, 4 seconds after the ball hit the mitt.
You go ahead and put a ball in, they call strike.
They did it last night, and now here we are doing it again.
Behind the plate last night too.
The same guy?
The same guy.
Okay. So,
He says that's not a standard call.
yeah. So, anyway, we were asking, and we went down to one of the other umps that's down here to just ask them why everybody is doing that 3, 4, 5 second delay, because we're a lot of times sitting here when the ball hits the catcher's mitt, and we don't know whether it was a ball or strike. And this ump, he waits sometimes till the ball's already almost back to the pitcher before he makes his call. And so, anyway, we sent somebody down there to ask, and we got a little bit of an answer. So here we go. Everybody's back in play. Here comes that pitch. It's hit over toward third, making the tag. Was that was just the second out?
Yeah.
I thought we already had 2.
Well, for some reason I did too, but I was only showing 1, so.
Wow.
Another run come in.
Yeah, I thought we already had 2 outs. In fact, I think I said a while ago that the last time they scored all their runs was when they had 2 outs.
Yeah, I think so.
But apparently not. So we're at 2 outs now. They did score a run there. My the Vinci stats are all messed up here. So anyway, headed back to the plate. I believe this is Reyes, and that big breaking ball is in there for strike number 1.
So now we got 2 outs. Runner on second. Advance second.
Yeah, so at the plate they called a strike.
Yeah, he called it a strike.
Well, so.
It was a dead ball. Because he called the balk. The umpire out there called the balk, so the strike comes
I got you.
So it comes off? Okay. So they're saying he called a balk. And so there's the next pitch. So I guess that would make it 0-1. I've never been as confused in a couple of baseball games. And I know people give me a hard time and say, hey, baseball isn't the thing. But I played baseball from the time I was 3 or 4 years old every single year until my senior year. And the only reason I didn't play my senior year is because Dave Lynn said you either run track or you play baseball. You can't do both. And track had always been kind of my thing. There's a drive back over toward the pitcher, throwing it over to first, and that will be out number 3. And so we'll move into the bottom of the 4th. Your Cardinals lead 6-4. That little gap is getting a little smaller. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports.
BTH Services is a locally owned and operated family-oriented business. BTH Services and Rental is a Porta-John and equipment rental company. BTH Services and Rental also clears right-of-ways and right-of-way reclamation. Please call 575-964-3104. That's 575-964-3104 for all of your company needs. BTH Services and Rental is also looking for a 1-ton CDL driver. Please apply at 2100 Avenue O in Eunice. BTH Services and Rental is a proud sponsor of Lee County Athletics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. We are moving into the bottom half of the fourth. El Paso da Vinci trails Eunice 4-6. We've turned this into a barn burner after the Cardinals jumped out to a 6-0 lead in the second. The last inning and a half, the El Paso team has put up 4 runs, so they have closed the gap.
Yep. With them, too, we need to get our bats. We need to start connecting again with them bats.
Yep. So the warm-ups are finishing up, and stepping up to home plate is the leadoff batter for this Cardinal team, Billy Blevins, a young man who had a fly out and then an infield homer after an error. And so a grand slam infield homer.
Yeah.
Stepping back up, and that first pitch is outside, way outside for ball number 1. So Blevins heading back to the plate. Steps in there, takes a couple of check swings. He's ready to go. Here comes the pitch from Diego, and it is outside for ball number 2.
2-0.
2 balls, no strikes. First batter of inning number 4 for the Cardinals. And I had to about blow my brains out. Thank you. All of a sudden I had to sneeze. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's going to be high and inside.
Just think about it. A couple of years ago, you sneezed, somebody might have shot you.
Yes, that is true. That is true. There was a time where you sneezed like that in an open place, and everybody in the place would look at you and want to know where your mask was. So 3-0 to Blevins. Let's see if he's got the green light here. As here comes the pitch from Diego, and Blevins going to square around like he was going to bunt. I think just kind of a game play in there, and that one comes across home plate for strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Showing him that bat was a good little target for him to aim at. So Blevins back in there ready. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's going to be low and outside. Oh, no, they call that one a strike. I thought it was low and outside.
I wanted to throw my headset at him.
Yeah, he called that one a strike. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs.
I heard somebody say, "Come on, Blue."
6-4 is the score, and we've got a full count to Billy. He steps back in there ready. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's – they called it on that outside corner again, so down goes Blevins with the strikeout.
And I'm sorry, I had 3 outs on there. It wasn't 3 outs, just 1.
And so now next up will be Bubba Cerna. Cerna, in his last at bat, hit one deep into the cow pasture out there in left center field.
We'd like another.
Yes, we would. Stepping in there again is Cerna. Here comes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball, and he drives it deep into left center field, and it is out of here. No, it went off the wall and stayed in, and he's scooting over, and they're going to gut him.
Wow.
They threw him out at second, and Cerna didn't like the call, and neither did anybody in the box up here with us.
That's including everybody in the box.
And the Eunice faithful giving the ump heck over that one. They didn't like the call either. But
Wow.
Coach Almaguer puts his head down and just looks at the turf over there.
I thought it went over the fence.
I did too. I thought it was out of here. And
I
the
know.
next thing you know, the kid was running. I guess it went right off the top of the fence and stayed in. And so that'll bring Braylon Jeter to the plate with 2 outs. Big Braylon Jeter batting in that number 3 spot today. Young man's got a triple here today already.
Well, I won't say nothing because, I thought we hit a home run last.
Yep. And so Jeter takes that next pitch. Looked like low and outside for ball number.
Was that 2?
Wasn't it? Or
Well,
no?
I missed the. I think I missed the first.
Oh,
pitch.
did you?
I was looking down.
So
So
Jeter stepping back in there again. 2-0 is the count.
Okay.
Here comes that next pitch. It's down the middle. He swings and hacks that one over at somebody's car. It's funny because every time you get a shot like that into the parking lot, everybody up here turns and looks over into the parking lot to see whose car gets beat up. So you got a 2 balls, 1 strike. Jeter steps in there ready. Here comes the next pitch. And it's driven toward third. Third baseman blocks it off his glove. Jeter scooting down the line, and he's going to get there.
Yep.
And Braylon Jeter outruns the arm of the third baseman, and he gets a single out of that deal.
2 out single.
So Jeter with a single, and that'll bring up Jose Calvillo. Calvillo, the big man, steps into that left-handed batter's box with a runner standing at first in Jeter. Calvillo takes a look at his coaches, getting all his orders or directives, and he's in there ready. Big lead over at first for Jeter. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be high and outside for ball number 1.
And Jeter ready to steal him another one.
So Jose Calvillo back into that left-handed box. Jeter with the lead. Here comes the pitch from El Paso, and that one's going to be near that outside corner, and they called it outside. So ball 2.
You watch that right arm
Yes,
just to see if it's coming up or staying down.
Yeah, that was a close pitch,
That
but
was.
he just left you sitting there, so you don't know what he's calling. This ump, like I said, he's got about a 4-second delay every pitch, and that one's definitely outside
And
for
that
ball
might
3.
have been from getting hit in the face too many
Yeah,
times.
yeah. He took a bunch of shots.
He
He
sure
may be
did.
punch drunk from that ball bouncing off his helmet so many times early in this game.
And then I think he was about to get hit with a baseball bat at one point.
Yeah. He took 2 shots, foul
Yeah,
balls off
he
the
sure
head
did.
and 1 off his shoulder, so 3 total early in this ball game.
Well, I think
Here
the
comes the next pitch, and it's going to
There's
be
a-
outside for ball number 4.
Put another
And so
run.
that'll send Calvillo over to first, Jeter over to second, and now headed up to the plate is Luis Zamora. So Luis Zamora with a strikeout and a flyout, his last 2 at-bats. He heads up to home plate. Runners at first and second. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs. Eunice leads by 2, 6-4. We've got kind of a barn burner is what this thing has turned into.
Yeah.
Catcher going to set up way outside. Here comes the pitch, and it's inside. And a big swing and a miss for strike 1. You know, did you see how far that catcher set up
he
out
was
there?
way out there on the
Way
right.
out, yeah.
Way outside.
And so maybe just
And the
doing
pitch
that
was
to mess
inside.
with him.
He
And see,
is,
he
I
does it
guarantee
again.
you.
Look at that. He's way out there again, and that pitch is going to be high for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Zamora. 2 outs, 6-4 ball game. Runners at first and second are Jeter and Calvillo.
Batters just have to just ignore the catcher and just do their job because he's trying to throw them off.
He's set up way out there again. Here comes the next pitch, and it's right down the glove for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Zamora.
And 2 away. 2 runners on base. We got to get a little base hit. Right here is all we need.
Stepping back in is Zamora. Here comes the pitch from Diego in El Paso. He stared at his second baseman for a long time there before turning and coming home, and he throws that one a ball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Boogie, woogie, 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 as Heath Dean would say. Got to give that deal for the luck. Anytime you have 2-2-2,
Boogie,
it's a
woogie,
boogie, woogie, woogie. He says it's rock boogie. I say it's boogie oogie oogie oogie. Here comes the next pitch. It's driven into the left gap. That boogie oogie 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 did it. And the bases are now loaded as Zamora with a beautiful single there for Zamora. That'll bring up Tyson Jones, the designated hitter for this Cardinal team today. Tyson Jones got hit by a pitch and then struck out his last at bat. Coach Almaguer wants to talk to Jones a little bit. I don't know what it is about them Almaguers wanting to talk to Joneses all the time.
They just always want to talk.
So Tyson gives him a word, and Almaguer heads back over to third base. And T-Man Tyson Jones going to step into that left-handed batter's box with the bases juiced. 2 outs. Eunice with a 2-run lead here. They could use a piece of hitting here from Tyson Jones. And here's the first pitch high for ball number 1. So Jones takes ball number 1 with the bases loaded. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Eunice had a 6-run inning in number 2. Hadn't scored any other runs in any other inning. And they're knocking at the door right here with the bases juiced.
This will be a good time.
Tyson Jones at the plate takes that one outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Jones. Almaguer getting his attention, giving him some signals. I'm assuming that's probably going to be a take. He's probably thinking, make him throw you a pitch. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Jones in the left-handed batter's box, bases juiced. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and driven foul.
That might hit somebody's window at their house.
Yes.
Down the road.
I think that might have hit my clerk at the court, Celia Frazier. She lives right over there. She may have took a ball off her house. So 2 balls, 1 strike to T-Man, Tyson Jones. Stepping in there ready. Bases juiced. Here comes the pitch. It's driven into the gap. Is it going to get through? Scooping it up. Tyson's headed down there. It's going. Oh, it was a bang play at first, and they call him out. It was close. Ooh, man. T-Man was moving. His little wheels were spinning. And so down goes the Cardinals there in that inning. They leave the bases juiced.
That would have been about a half a step too late getting there.
Yep, for sure. And anyway, we'll send it over for a quick word from our sponsors. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. We move into the 5th inning. Your Cardinals lead 6-4, and this El Paso Da Vinci team has been clawing back into this ball game. They were down 6-0 at one point. They scored 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. It's now 4-6 as we move into the 5th.
We just need to get back in there and get the swinging them bats. We had a real good opportunity last inning.
Yeah, I got to get the bats going just a little bit earlier in each inning. We ended up with 2 outs. Even that inning where we scored 6, all 6 of those runs came with 2 outs on the board. So we seem to wait to do our hitting till after we get a couple outs, and then we get the bats going.
They play better under pressure, maybe.
Maybe, yep. So the Cardinals are finishing up the warm-up here. Both teams headed out there after their final pitch, and they threw it down to second. And so number 11, Hector
I wonder
Ramirez.
if like other sports, if you get tossed today, can you play tomorrow?
In New Mexico, you usually can't, but I don't know when these teams come across the state line. I don't know how that works for them.
Mm-hmm.
So Ramirez steps in there, and that first pitch is –
yeah, it looked good to me.
Man, it sure did look good. They call it a ball. At least they didn't call it anything. So here comes the next one. It's driven foul into the parking lot. That'll ding somebody's car for sure. All the fans in the bleachers turn around and see whose car got hit. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the top of the 5th. Ramirez at the plate. That ball's hit up toward the center. Coming through is Jeter. Scoops it up, flips it over to first, and that is an out. As Braylon Jeter showing he can scoop and throw on the run. He fires it over to Calvillo, who had to stretch just a bit for it. That is out number 1. So now stepping into a left-handed batter's box is Haziel Bencera. And here comes the first pitch to him. It's low and inside. So they've got a Haziel. We've got a Haziel. Their Haziel's a big old left-hander.
Big old boy. He's a big one.
He is a...
He almost like a basketball player.
If our Haziel grows to look like that Haziel, he's already an athlete. He is a talented athlete, but he's not quite as big as this Haziel for sure.
That's a strike.
So there's a strike to their Haziel.
Their Haziel is a hoss.
And we've made a pitcher change here. That looks like Bubba Cerna on the hill. So Bubba Cerna steps up onto the hill, and that first pitch is fouled off, or not first pitch. That pitch is fouled off.
0-2 or 1-2.
Yep. So Bubba Cerna up on the hill for the Cardinals. Got a 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th. 4-6 is the score. Bubba Cerna now on the hill, kicks, fires it into the dirt.
Almost got him.
And that was a weird looking. It kind of left his hand funny. That ball hit the deck like maybe 10 foot out in front of the mound. Yep. Just looked odd. It looked like it slipped out of his hands or something. Here comes the next pitch. That one's right down the middle. It's driven over into left field.
That'll be
Took a funny skip up off the turf. They scoop it up and throw it in, and that'll keep their Haziel with a single. So that'll bring Eric Perea up to the plate for El Paso da Vinci. Runner at first. 1 out, 6-4 is the score. Eunice needs to nip this one as quickly as they can. Move into the 6th, or bottom of the 5th anyway first. Mm-hmm. Here's that next pitch.
Boy, that looked good.
That was a good-looking pitch for strike 1. So Perea steps back in there. Bubba Cerna on the hill. Takes a look over at first base with the young man with a big lead, and there's a drive into right field. It's going to be foul, and it is in foul territory, and it gets on the ground. So that makes it 0-2 to Eric Perea. 0-2, 1 out, 6-4 score. Eunice leads by 2 after scoring 6 runs in the second. Have struggled to get anything going since. Runner at first. Bubba Cerna on the hill. They've rotated all their defense over to the right side, and there's a dry foul.
Another foul.
That one's into the old batting cage over by the field house.
I noticed the flags are half staff. Is that for the officer here?
I believe so. For the state police officer killed in the line of duty.
Yeah, that was a...
You know, our Sean Berry Memorial Scholarship, I know, is making a donation to them. Our Eunice Masonic Lodge is making a donation to them, trying to help that family out.
Right.
We've just got good people down here in this part of the state that are always trying to help folks, and our thoughts and prayers definitely with Officer Hare and his family.
Yeah.
So another foul ball. It's still 0-2. Perea trying to hang on, and that pitch is right down the outside corner, and down he goes. And so Bubba Cerna
gets a K.
So now next up is Christopher Macias. Oh, no, that ain't Macias. Who's this? This is number 9, so this is a different batter. This is Ivan G. is what their paperwork says. I don't know if G is like original gangster G or whether that G stands for like a Gomez or maybe Gonzalez. I don't have any idea. I just know it's G. So what up, G? He steps in there ready to go. in that left-handed batter's box. He holds his bat out there for a minute. Now he steps back and he's ready, and he thought about the bunt, and then he took it right into the catcher's mitt for strike number 1. So 0-1 is the count. Runner on first. Bubba Cerna on the hill. Looks toward G, and now he delivers, and G hits it over into left center field, running on his horse, making the catch out there in left field was Dyson Lord. And so what a play there by, I believe it was Lord, and so that will get the Cardinals out of that little bit of a jam, and we'll send it to the bottom of the 5th. Your Cardinals lead 6-4. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Eunice schools are excited to have students and staff back on campus and involved in another successful school term. It's been an eventful year, and the Eunice schools are ready for whatever comes their way. Eunice Public Schools provide high-quality educational experiences in a safe environment. The entire Eunice community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities, and a fantastic school system.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports, where your Cardinals lead 6-4, and we're moving into the bottom of the 5th. Shout out to Jackie Miller for listening out there. We appreciate you. And the Cardinals with the lead here. They've had the lead ever since the 2nd inning. This El Paso Da Vinci team been trying to claw their way back into it.
They almost did.
The Cardinals have been able so far to hold them off. We've got an umpire that between every inning looks like he's about to die over here. And when I say that, I'm about as serious as can be.
He's almost on all fours
a couple
times.
Holding his shoulder, and he took like 3 foul balls in an inning, 2 off his head and 1 off his shoulder. But anyway, stepping up to the plate who is that? Trying to see who this batter is. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed. That is number 1 for the Cardinals. That is Tyson Coy. So Tyson Coy steps back into the batter's box, down 0-1. Tyson's ready. Here comes the pitch from El Paso. That's going to be outside, I believe. Yeah.
Unless he picks that arm up.
Man, if he can pick that arm up. They may need to foul one off him in the other arm.
Yeah.
And so he steps in there ready again. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that ball's in the turf.
About 10 feet before the
So that makes it 2 balls and a strike. Tyson Coy's ready. Stepping back in there ready to go. Here comes the pitch from Diego from El Paso, and it's outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
31 they call it.
And so Coy steps out of the box, stretches his arms a little bit, takes a couple of practice swings, and now he's back in there ready to go. He's walked every at bat today, and he steps up there ready to go. Dyson Lord, the right-hander, takes a look over at Coach Almaguer. Big lead already for Coy as he is slowly sliding off first base. Here comes the pitch toward home. They square around like they were going to bunt, and the pitch stays outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes here.
I don't know, he come up there and scratched his ear. I thought he was fixing to call a strike.
Yeah, he brought that hand up, and then he starts scratching his ear. He's messing with us.
He's messing with us now.
That's right.
Like,
So Lord's in there
that's a
ready to
ball.
go. Coy with the lead over at first. Here comes the pitch. Lord squared around.
And that ball come out of the catcher's mitt and hit the umpire in the face again.
Yeah. Did he end up? I thought his arm popped up in the air at the end of that. Did it not? So 2 balls, no strikes. We'll go with that.
That's a ball. It was a ball.
And so Almaguer's walking all the way halfway to home plate and giving them some signals. Either that or he was doing the electric slide. Runners at first, and here comes Lord in there ready. Here comes the pitch. He squares around. He lays a beautiful bunt down the first base line, and he almost beat it out, but he's going to advance the runner over to second. So Lord with a runner advancing sack there. And so that advanced Coy over to second. So now Kevin Garcia comes to the plate. Young man has struck out his last 2 at-bats, and he's got a runner in scoring position.
And he's due for one.
He is due. The senior is due. Got a Coy standing on second. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. So Garcia swings and misses at strike number 1. It's 0-1. 1 out here as Coy stands at second in scoring position. Here comes the next pitch, and it is outside for ball number 1. So 1-1.
1-1-1. 1 away.
6-4 is the score. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals need to get at least a run on here, get a little cushion. Here comes that next pitch.
Did he call it a strike?
Man, I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
He
I
never.
think it was a strike.
He called it a strike. Okay, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. He never.
I think he's done it, but he was turned sideways. And you couldn't see.
Man. All right, there goes the runner. Big, and there's a hit and run. They hit it over toward short, throwing it toward first, and he's going to get there. And so beating it out was Kevin Garcia. He was on his horse, and Garcia with the single moves the runner over to third on the hit and run play. What a set of run, or what a run!
And he was moving
by Kevin Garcia.
he had the wheels turning.
Yeah. Got a message. I won't say the message, but I agree, Randy Gladden. I agree.
Sometimes you just can't say things on the radio.
I concur.
And El Paso coach wants to talk to his pitcher.
Yep. So here comes the El Paso team all jumped up there on the mound to talk about it. And as we say that, the Santa Rosa Lions are going to get up and start working their way out of our bleachers. I noticed their vehicle today at Buffalo Wild Wings around late this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So now the El Paso coaches head back to the dugout. All their players are heading back to their positions. And up to the plate comes Billy Blevins.
With 1 away and runners on the corner.
Blevins steps in there, runners on the corners, 1 out, 6-4 ball game. The senior right-hander started this game on the mound. Here's the first pitch, and it is,
after about 10 seconds.
The pitcher already had the ball when he finally gave the strike call. The pitcher was holding the ball. I don't know why this guy does that. It drives me bananas, but I don't think he probably cares. I can't tell what's balls and strikes. All right, so it was a good pitch. I no doubt about it.
I used to like those umpires. They holler, strike.
Yep. Here comes the next pitch. It's outside. They send the runner towards second to the Cardinals, and the catcher from El Paso guns it down the third base line. But safely back in there is the runner. And so runners at second and third, Billy Blevins at the plate. We've got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. At least that's what the board out there says.
I was showing 1-1, but I may be off one.
Yeah, who
could
knows?
Have missed one.
So Blevins at the plate, and that one is outside for ball number 2. We'll call it 2 this time. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Got a debate and an argument going on here in the booth because people not sure whether it's 2 balls or 1 ball or 2 balls. That's right. So there's always some excitement going on in the booth up here. But here goes the next pitch. Blevins with a big swing and a miss, and that's going to even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He wanted to put that one out of the park.
Yes, he did. Be a good little time for one of them little shots just over the infield. And probably score 2 runs because you got 2 speedsters on the bases. Blevins steps back in there. All he needs to do is make contact. Here's the next pitch, and he swings and misses, and down goes Billy with the strikeout. And that'll make 2 outs. And Bubba Cerna, who's now the pitcher for the Cardinals, heads up to the plate. This young man has walked. He had a home run that was hit it dang near to Carlsbad.
Yeah.
And his last at bat, as soon as that ball hit his bat, it hit the outfield fence out there in deep left center.
We thought it went over.
I did. And so, anyway, he takes that first pitch
for a ball.
Yeah, I guess so. I was waiting on the signal.
He was kind of wiggling around like he might throw that arm up.
Yeah. So Bubba Cerna here steps up. And what happened here?
Balk? Or what?
Oh, they put him on. The coaching.
They didn't want that.
The coaching staff didn't want that smoke from Cerna. And, that was interesting. So they're going to send Braylon Jeter, a young man who's got a triple and a single. He's got the best batting percentage of the team today, as he's got a triple and a single, and he heads up to the home plate with 2 outs and the bases juiced. They decided to put Cerna on base. And so here goes Jeter. Jeter heads up there ready. Here's the first pitch. It is right down the outside corner for ball number 1, I'm assuming. I was waiting on the arm. It never popped up. It came up late. He just touched his head. And they're going to send in a courtesy runner over to second, as we've got a little timeout in the action here.
Jeter back in the box. He's ready.
Yep. Bases juiced, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Jeter's back in there. Here comes the next pitch. It's driven over toward the right side. They scoop it up. They throw it over to first, and they're going to get him. And we are going to move out of the 5th and into the 6th. Your Cardinals leave 3 stranded. It's 6-4. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Eunice High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Eunice, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Eunice Cardinals!
We're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside my partner, Charlie Fairbrush, and we are moving into the top of the 6th.
Kind of a barn burner.
Yes, it has been for sure. The Cardinals lead here 6-4. We were given a bit of an equipment tour there as we came back on the air. Once again, tonight, so far, it's funny because our signal was terrible when we started, and I better knock on wood. I'm going to jinx myself. He's always telling me I'm jinxing everything up here from the baseball dugout. These baseball folks they're superstitious for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But our equipment has actually worked, I think, fairly decent from about the 2nd inning on.
Seems like after the sun goes down, it seems like it gets better. I don't know what it is.
That may be it. I don't know. But we've got a decent We got it going decent now. Not sure how, why, whatever, but yeah, we're knocking. We're knocking on wood. Rock boogie oogie 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 is
all that.
So anyway, the Cardinals taking the field here. Bubba Cerna throwing his last couple of warm-up pitches, and El Paso Da Vinci's batter headed out.
And the umpire's still holding that shoulder.
Yes, he is. That is for sure. Number 12, Diego, going to be the batter for El Paso. The young man been pitching most of this game for El Paso. I don't know what their mascot is. I keep wanting to call them a mascot, but I don't have any idea what the El Paso Da Vinci, maybe they're the Leonardos. The Leonardo Da Vinci's. Or they might be the Donatellos, just to throw you off a little bit.
Could be.
So the Leonardos are up to bat. Diego Leonardo is up there. He is ready to go. Cerna on the hill for the Cardinals. Kicks, fires toward home. A big swing and a miss. That moved the flag out in center field as Diego took a big, big whiff at that one. So 0-1 is the count. Diego steps back in the batter's box. Here comes a pitch from Cerna. Another big whiff. That one blew the flag around out there a little bit more.
It's going to be wrapped around that pole here in a minute.
0-2 is the count. 6-4 is the score. Bubba Cerna on the hill. Kicks, fires it toward home. It's right down the middle. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Down goes Diego.
And Cerna says, let's just keep this rolling here.
So that'll bring up Eric Perea. And he steps in there, a little lefty. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. He's ready to go.
He's got a pretty small strike zone, too.
Yes, he does. That strike zone is not very large. Cerna don't care. He steps in there ready to go. He kicks, fires it toward home.
Little inside.
Yeah. I was going to say, man, that's a good-looking one, but it probably was a little inside.
It was probably a little bit inside.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 6-4 score, quick work. Here comes that next one.
That looked good.
Man, wow. I was waiting on that arm to come out, and I saw him telling the catcher something, so the catcher must have been asking him what was wrong with that one. That's going to make it 2-0.
Now that one's right there. There you go.
And that one's in there for a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Amy Berner tells me that they are the Da Vinci Dragons.
The Dragons.
So they are the Dragons. Eunice trying to be the Dragon Slayer. Here comes the next pitch right down the middle.
Yeah.
No call. I was waiting on that 4-second.
He got it.
Oh, there he goes. What is that?
That was like a good 10 seconds.
Man, that was like a 10-second after the ball hit the catcher's mitt.
Ooh, man,
I'm confused now.
I like the call, but let's do it.
And there's
quicker.
the swing and a miss.
That's 2 up, 2 down.
Yes.
My brother just texted me. He's a drama queen.
Oh my gosh.
Is it queen or king?
Yeah, man, the ball was back at the pitcher, and the pitcher was getting ready to throw the next pitch when he called that last strike.
And he goes, I forgot. I got to get my arm up here.
Man. And so I believe, trying to see for sure who this is at the plate.
That's number.
Is it Aaron Cadera?
Yeah.
All right, so he steps in there ready to go. That's number 18. Got hit by a pitch earlier. Then I lost my count with him for a while, but Cerna's up there, and he fires that one right down the middle. Get that arm up there. There you go. Strike number 1.
I seen smoke coming off of that one when it come by. Nice.
Yep. So Randy Gladden also telling me that they're the Dragons per Max Prep. There's a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Cerna heating up. So 0-2 is the count. 2 outs here in a 2-run game. 6-4 is the score. Cerna kicks, fires it toward home, and down goes Cordera on 3 pitches as he gets the strikeout.
3 up, 3 down.
Cerna now with 4 Ks in his short time on the mound, and we'll send it over for a quick word from our sponsors. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Parker Energy Services has been servicing the community for over 17 years. They offer water hauling, dirt work, and disposable services. Dispatchers and sales staff are available anytime, and office staff is available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Parker Energy aims to satisfy their customers and give their employees great job opportunities. Parker Energy is family-owned and operated, big enough to meet your needs and small enough to offer excellent and personalized services. Consider Parker Energy support services for all of your support needs. Visit them today at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports and the 30th Annual Cardinal Classic Baseball Semifinals, as your Eunice Cardinals are hosting El Paso de Vinci in this semifinal game. The winner here will advance to face Portales in tomorrow's Cardinal Classic Championship game. The loser would move on to face Hobbs JV in the third place game. Neither of those games are going to be an easy one.
No. Either way, you got a tough match.
You know, this tournament this year has been it's a tough one. They've got a good field. You've got Texaco. You've got Santa Rosa, two top 10 ranked 2A teams. You've got Jal that's played pretty well. Just some good baseball being played here for sure in this tournament.
I think this is the first time this El Paso team has come down here for this.
It's the first time I remember them. Yeah, I agree with that. And so stepping back in there to the batter's box is Calvillo, Jose Calvillo. Young man's got a double, a walk, had an RBI earlier. He takes that first pitch inside for ball number 1. So
Umpire's still stretching that left arm out.
Yeah, he is. He's working that arm between every pitch. So here comes the next pitch, and it's going to be outside for ball number 2. So 2 balls, no strikes here to Calvillo. All of a sudden, I just felt cold air blowing on me. I'm not sure where that came from, but it was like suddenly I was cold. All right, Calvillo's back in there in that left-handed stance. There's a drive over toward the short. Short scoops it up, throws it over toward first, and he's going to get there as Calvillo gets to first. And the first baseman turns around. He's arguing with the umpire. The umpire's called him safe. And he didn't like the call. The umpire turned around and told him to calm down. That first baseman is still running around making little kind of mockery signals toward the umpire.
Man, they'd get a technical in basketball for that one.
I will tell you, I have not been impressed with the Vinci kids'
sportsmanship.
Yeah, well, just their reaction to stuff. I mean, the Cardinals have had just as many calls that I thought could have went their way, and I haven't seen as much fit throwing. Now, you may get some fit throwing from us up here in the booth, but as far as the team, the coaches, they've done a really good job of even those. We had that play at second earlier where Tyler just kind of put his head down. You could tell he didn't agree with the call, but he didn't go out there and jump around. And
well, it's our job to throw a little fit here and there.
That's what we're supposed to do. Yeah. So that pitch is high and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs here. Calvillo stands on first, and Luis Zamora is up. So Zamora standing in that right-handed batter's box with Calvillo with a big lead at first. Oh, a big, slow breaking ball and a swing and a miss by Zamora.
It almost looked like slow motion on the way that happened.
Young man singled his last at bat, and we could use one of those right here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zamora, no outs. Calvillo on first, and the pitcher steps off the mound for a minute. And,
a nice little hit out to center right would be good right now. Calvillo might even turn to third.
I believe the count's 1-2, right?
Yes.
I think it's 1-2.
1-2.
And here comes that next pitch. They throw over toward first. They had Calvillo going the wrong direction, and he slides into first and did the scorpion, and they got him. And so down goes Calvillo. he got too big a lead, and when that catcher caught it at first, behind home plate, he fired it to first, and Calvillo was leaning the other way, and anyway, they got him.
Was that a ball?
There's a discussion between the catcher and the ump over here as to whether that was a ball strike, what the situation was, and I don't know that I know. Shoot, half the time the pitch hits the catcher's mitt, and I don't know what the call is. But the board shows 2-1. I'll call it 2-1. And 1 out here. And Zamora takes that one right in the head. He got binged right in the noggin. And so he'll head to first. Wow. Zamora took that shot right off the noggin. I've seen more balls hit people in the head or face today than I think I ever have. You had Lord get hit with one out in the face in left field. This ump has got whacked at least twice in the head and once in the shoulder. And now
I thought he had PTSD and he left. I couldn't see him.
Zamora takes one off the noggin.
He just wanted to get some more
And
balls.
that'll bring up Tyson Jones as Tyson Jones steps in there. The lefty with a runner standing at first with a big, big lead. Look at that lead. And there he goes. And they throw out, they throw toward it, and he's going to get there easily. The ball goes all the way into center. But Zamora steals that base. Some good base running by Zamora as he was moving the minute that pitcher made his move toward home.
He'd already decided what he was going to do.
Zamora was gone. And there's a discussion about something between Tyler Almaguer, the coach, and the ump out there. But looked like everybody's okay. So Tyson Jones steps back in, took ball 1 right there. Zamora with a big lead now at second. Here comes the pitch. It's low and inside for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strike to Tyson Jones. Shout out to Redbird Garage, our Jones connection.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-0 is Tyson Jones. T-Man steps back in there. Big lead out at second again. Moving slowly farther away, and they're going to spin back that way. There's nobody on the bag.
He got him back over there.
That didn't keep Zamora from diving back in there.
Well, I got to get my shirt a little dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jones steps back in. Got that left shoulder held high. Wiggling that bat. Looks like my dog's tail when I come home for lunch. And they call it, man, another one of those strike calls after the ball's already almost back to the pitcher. I've never seen that until this year.
Either. And the other night in the softball game, same thing.
Yeah.
May have been the same ump.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here comes the pitch to Jones. He fouls that one off. So that'll make it 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Got a 2-run game. It's 6-4. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Tyson Jones. Another one of them long line of Jonesers. Steps in there ready to go. Big lead over there at second now. They're trying to sneak the short over there by him. They throw back. There's nobody there. That ball almost whacked the... That reminded me of Michael Harlan once in a summer league game we were playing in when a runner took off down the third base line and got stuck in the middle. Harlan had the ball at the pitcher's mound, and he just run over there and threw it right at the guy and like dang near killed him. In fact, my coach when we were doing that was a young man by the name of Jimmy Gladden. And but yeah, Harlan just turned and ran over and just beamed the guy as he was dancing up and down the third base line. He was kind of caught in the middle. And
let me show you something.
Needless to say, the guy didn't. Oh, yeah. So yeah, good stuff for sure. And they take a timeout here. The catcher's going to go out and give his pitcher a hug. Pats him on the back, tells him, I love you, man. And now they're looking over toward the dugout to their coach. And so
that's a money pitch coming up. Full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-2-1 in a 6-4 ball game. Runner at second. 3-2-1 contact T-man. Here we go. They spin around, they throw it back over, and they try to kind of a neat little spin play move where the shortstop was standing behind him, and then he kind of dances away, and then behind him comes running in the second baseman on kind of like if that was a wheel or if that was an offense in basketball, I'd call it a little wheel offense. But a little trick play there from the Dragons. Here comes the pitch. Tyson drives that one over toward the Gallegos residence.
They might have got a window.
They might find that one in the backyard tomorrow with the flowers. So Jones staying alive here. 3-2-1 on the board. 6-4 is the score, bottom of the sixth. Still trying to keep an eye on that runner at second. He takes a little bit bigger lead. They're looking at him. They're going to rotate back. No, they're not. Now they're going to throw it toward home. Jones swings and misses, and down goes Jones.
2 away.
So that'll bring Tyson Coy, I believe.
And I think that one might have been outside, but, you never know.
Close one, and it's so hard when you got that full count. And so Tyson Coy comes to the plate. Young man's walked a couple of times here today. Be a good time to make some contact. 2 outs, 6-4. We probably won't see that bunt this time. Here comes the pitch. It's driven into center. Yeah. It's going to get there. Yeah. The runner's going to turn at third. They're going to send him. It's going to be close. He's going to get there. They send it over toward second, and then they get the runner at second.
So will it get the run?
We'll get the run. You got an RBI. He was trying to get to second, and they threw him out over there.
That was close, too.
And so, anyway, a run scored there for the Cardinals makes it a 3-run game. It's going to be 7-4 as we move into the seventh. Your Cardinals lead 7-4. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
The proud owners of Eunice Wrecker and Rental offer professional and reliable 24-hour roadside services in Lee County. Light to medium duty towing and recovery, fuel deliveries, jump starts, lockouts, and tire changes. They also haul off unwanted vehicles to help clean up your property. Eunice Wrecker and Rental have over 20 years of experience. They are fully licensed and insured. Call 575-394-HOOK. That's 575-394-4665. Eunice Wrecker and Rental are located at 44 North New Mexico Highway 248, Eunice, New Mexico, mile marker 1. Lobo Trucking has been in business now for 20 years and wants to give thanks to you and their hardworking and dedicated employees. Lobo Trucking takes great pride in developing a highly trained, motivated, and professional workforce. Lobo Trucking can safely and efficiently meet any fluid management needs, and Lobo Trucking is a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Lobo Trucking salutes all the hardworking coaches, teachers, and students. Keep up the good job.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports, here live in Eunice as your Eunice Cardinals lead 4-7 as we head into what I believe is the last inning.
Top of the
seventh inning, top of the seventh. The Dragons of El Paso da Vinci trail the Cardinals by 3, and they're going to have to put at least 3 runs on the board to keep this game going here. And coming to the plate is the top of the Dragon lineup, Jesus Macias. So they are in the heart of their lineup here, right at the top. And there's a drive toward right field, running up over into right center and making the catch is Billy Blevins. And so down goes Macias.
1 up, 1 down.
So that'll bring Mike Reyes up to the plate. And so the Cardinals still with a 3-run lead here.
And the coach we're talking to our coach. What's
now the ump is headed over there to see what he can figure out. I'm not sure what we got going on.
I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to go there. Honestly,
looked like Coach Almaguer and the ump from third having some words. And now there's discussion. The ump's going over there into the dugout and scolding the Eunice Cardinal players. Look like Almaguer and now there's some fans having some words with the ump over on the Eunice side. The coach from El Paso over there having a discussion with the coach from Eunice.
And the other coach from El
Paso. Now the other coach is out here. And this coach is pointing out into right field and looks like he's not happy about something. So I'm not sure. The Eunice fans starting to boo and holler at the coach from El Paso. The coach and they're
going to be good with our mouths.
I thought somebody said, "Sit down, coach."
Yeah,
that's what I thought I heard somebody say right there.
The coach and the so, man, there's a lengthy discussion, a fairly heated discussion, I would say. If there was dirt right there, I'd be expecting some dirt to come flying in. I'm a little kicking some dirt. And so, anyway, the two coaches, are the coach and the ump, are now having a good discussion. And this is after the see, they're still exchanging words over there. The dugout for the Cardinals and the third base coach, and now the ump's headed over there again.
Well, it's baseball. They're going to talk.
Oh, he just threw somebody out. Oh, it's Boone. So they just threw out our assistant coach. Boone just got tossed. They're tossing him. And now they're tossing the Dragons coach, too. So now they tossed Coach Boone, and they tossed the Dragons coach. And here comes the other coach over there, not happy about something. Man, let's see how many more we can get tossed. And they're going to toss somebody. They're pointing in the bleachers. Look.
We'll toss everybody.
The ump is out here pointing at the bleachers now. He's hollering at somebody over in the bleachers.
Jimmy Duck. They're going to try to toss us out.
Wow. I've never seen such stuff.
He said,
the Eunice fans are now giving him heck. They're hollering. But
well, that was the wrong thing.
They're all screaming, and now it is noisy out there. And so he's going to go ahead and get them started here, and they're going to stop the game.
And now what?
And now he's headed over to the other dugout.
Let's kick
he's headed over to the section where a bunch of parents sit, and they're going after whoever this is down here.
He's already moved. He said, "I'm gone."
So people are getting up and running away as the ump is headed over there. He's tossing people. He's tossing, folks. He's tossing people over there on that other side. I'm trying to say, he's tossing them all out. He's telling that whole group they're out of here. And there's our AD coming out of the group.
He tossed her.
Did he toss her too?
No, I don't know. I'm making that up as I go.
Well, she's getting out of that group that's getting tossed, and now she's up here in the bleachers telling everybody to be quiet. Entertainment.
She said, "I'll
for
scold
those
the
of
kid,
you
I'll
missing
scold
it
the
at home.
kid, I'll scold anybody. I don't care."
All right. So we've got a circus going.
Now it's fun.
And here goes a pitch that's fouled back out of play.
I think that just hit that ump's car. Dadgummit. And that was a strike.
So a little bit of a circus looking around the bleachers here at everybody's faces. There's a lot of smiling and laughing going on. So I know it's not always the most pleasant thing, but it's always entertaining when you have stuff like that. And that's our job up here, is just to bring you the action and make it entertaining. So that was definitely.
We're just trying to keep you informed about all the goings on.
And there's a foul ball, and that makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
I didn't want to clean the hospitality room, but I might just to go here.
Getting a little
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in a 7-4 game. Your Cardinals lead by 3. And
that's right down the pipe now. Come on.
Man, I think he called it low.
Ooh, Lord.
And
sure looked good, but yeah, maybe a little low. We're not going to throw our helmets or nothing.
I've never seen so many people thrown in a baseball game. And they calls that one on the corner, and down goes Frazier. As that was strike 3.
That's 2 away.
As Bubba Cerna gets another K. And so 2 outs here. And coming to the plate
the big fella
is the big man, Hector Ramirez. And so,
he was out there just throwing everybody out.
yeah. And so
You're out.
you got two outs.
And there wasn't no 2 out.
Oh, and that ball was going to
Man.
hit that guy in the ear, and he turned and hit the ball like almost behind his head
Yeah.
and fouled it off. He saved himself. He looked like a Jedi Knight
But
right
he ended
there.
up with a strike instead of getting on base.
So that makes it 0-1, 2 outs, 7-4 ball game. We're in the top of the 7th. That's a big breaking ball, and it's in there for the strike, and he didn't like the call. The Cardinal fans are loving it. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Here comes the next pitch. It's fouled off. He stays alive, and it's 0-2 still.
Interesting stuff. 2 away. Eunice leads 7-4 in the basically top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, top of the 7th. Back in there is Ramirez, and there's another discussion.
Oh, my goodness.
Now they're back over there at the dugout. They're back over there at the dugout. Now the ump is up here telling the crowd to be quiet. They're clearing the bleachers. They're going to kick the whole crowd out.
Oh, no.
He's kicking the whole crowd out.
Oh, no.
He's throwing the whole crowd out. And now Coach Almaguer and the third base coach from the Dragons are having some words. I wish I could move my camera
Here,
without
we
it
can-
losing it. I don't know if we can. I'll try to get it over that
There
way.
you go.
But anyway, they're kicking the whole crowd out.
Uh-oh.
So they are.
Our scorekeeper's about to get kicked out.
They're still mouthing back and forth, and the ump is throwing everybody out. And so, now, they are. There's a lot of screaming and hollering, and it is pandemonium here in Eunice.
That little fellow better be careful. There's a lot more of them than there are of him.
I've never seen anything like
I've
this
never.
in my life. And they're still screaming and hollering. And there's discussion going on and lots of hollering and screaming. And it is an absolute mess. And golly, I ain't ever seen such craziness.
Absolutely the stupidest thing that man has done.
Yeah.
Our scorekeeper is highly upset. I don't blame her.
I got a message here saying the ump is acting like Oprah. You get ejected. You get ejected. You get ejected. Oh, man.
What are they doing
They're
now?
going to call the game. They're going to say the game is over. And just like that, the Eunice Cardinals are going to win as
We'll
the
get the
ump
W.
is stopping the game. The coaching staff from the Dragons not liking it. They're out there. And I got to tell you, they're still arguing as the umps, and now the Dragons are arguing. And, man, I tell you, I'll just leave it at that. It's a bad deal.
It's a bad
The
deal.
Cardinals with the win here, 7-4. They will move on to the championship game, I'm assuming. I've never seen I've watched a lot of baseball games in my life. Everybody say, well, you're not a baseball guy, and I may not be, but I've watched a lot of baseball games.
I've never seen nothing like this.
Never seen anything like that. They're still, that same ump is still over there hollering back and forth with the El Paso group.
Now he's going to go talk to Eunice again.
And now he's marching across the field. He's pointing. I got it. He's pointing. He's headed over the other way now, and he's in his march. He looks like he's mad at the world, and he is headed the other way. So now he's headed back to the Eunice side.
I don't know what's going on, folks.
I don't either. There's still all the El Paso people over there pointing and hollering, and here he goes over there. Let's see what he says to the Cardinals.
Well, this is brought to you by Parker Energy, Redbird Gas, the Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Cardinal Hardware, BT8 Services, Eunice Wrecker and Rental, Lobo Trucking, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, Guns Up Services, and NMR Pipeline. Our proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Well, yeah.
Hadn't been no fights yet, but it's been kind of crazy.
Now he's coming out of that group, and he's headed back across the diamond.
Maybe they
and
want
I'm
to finish the game.
assuming he's headed back to the dugout for the other side. So I'm not sure what we've got going on here. We're going to stick around here because I'm not sure if they might try to finish out the last out.
That's what I'm just wondering, if they want to finish.
Well, the last pitch, it's an 0-2 count.
0-2.
You're terrible.
That's there's still
Fans are going wild. Getting hog wild.
Yeah, they're still all hollering back and forth at each other. Now the ump went over that way, and now he's getting up here eyeballing the crowd again. And so, yeah, it's a absolute mess. And wow, they're still everybody out there hollering at each other. And I'm not sure what's going on, but like I said, we are keeping it here. Yeah, there are people out there that are still not happy with this situation. I've never, like I said, I've never seen such a thing. I tell you what, I think the game is over. Yeah. And I think because of that, I think we're going to call it a day.
Yeah, maybe we need to scoot out of here before the fireworks start, reckon.
Yep. So, with that said, we will. I think we'll call it a day.
And I think we'll be back tomorrow at 7, right?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. The Eunice Cardinals, I believe, win here 7-4. We're going to step away. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll try to bring you some more excitement tomorrow. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. Thank you, everyone. The Cardinals will face Portales tomorrow night in the championship game of the 30th Annual Cardinal Classic. Good night.
Good night, everybody.